guess what? I like video games. Is that such a crime? I get that people don't like me and some people, hate my channel or whatever, and it's dying and dead and whatever. I get it, but at the end of the day, I still am having fun doing these videos, and I've got some exciting stuff coming down the pipeline. So you guys are just going to have to kind of deal with it and just understand that I'm going to continue talking about this, gaming, and I just love it. It's just one of those things. So hopefully you guys understand that. All I really ask is that you guys like the videos, like if you guys wouldn't mind. So I do appreciate that much of it. And I hope you guys can understand where I'm coming from, because I do put some work into it. So, I know a lot of people think that it's not or whatever, but I do. So it would just mean a lot if you guys could do that. Now, both the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 have some very nice technology involved. I'm not even going to joke or pretend otherwise. Both these consoles have very nice pieces of technology. I'm a big fan of what both are offering. I think, like I said, the thing that hinders the Xbox is the lack of games right now. But, that could be all rectified very quickly, and it probably will. Well, I don't know about quickly, but, we've already been years, so what's a little bit longer? What's another couple years, to be honest with you? And I think, obviously, stuff like Halo and, Forza coming out, I think that's really cool. And I think that, that's right on line with what Microsoft needs, but still, is that going to be enough to kind of put them over the edge? I mean, they did just get sort of a win in the NPD, not exactly a win-win, but something that was pretty impressive, and that they haven't really even been a part of in years and years. But this is, like I said, this is all where some of this good news comes from, and I'm happy to kind of report that, hey, they're in it, they're fighting. This is just good stuff. Like, this is stuff that we need to see from them. So I want to get into it. What's up, everybody? It's me, Crap Gaming, back with another video. You guys go ahead and slap that like button for me. Give it a good slapping, a slap-a-roo. And I'm going to get started into this video. So again, I thought that this was very interesting because, a lot of people just refuse to give PlayStation any kind of credit for what they do. Now, me, as a hardcore Xbox fan, of course, I'm going to give, PlayStation credit where credit is due. I've said all along that there would be very little, performance gap between Xbox and Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, and to date there has been very little. And I look at that and I say that's a win for me, but that's a big win for Sony too, because they put out a console that defies kind of logic, and a lot of people just don't understand it. Now, when it comes to this, this is very interesting. So Arcade-Ageddon, which is a game that Sony advertised and is on PlayStation 5. It's the first title with FSR on PlayStation 5. According to patch notes, this brings AMD Gaming's FSRs to both PlayStation 5 and PC. Balance changes, new max frame rate options, stability improvements, and more. Basically, if you're wondering what this is, it's upscaling techniques to get higher performance. So you're going to get higher performance from the game by using sort of like machine learning and things like that. And I think that this makes the first game that we've seen that actually is able to implements this into gaming on a console. So yeah, I thought that this was pretty cool. This was a very interesting thing. PlayStation 5 is the first to implement it on pretty much on every useful tech like machine learning and FSR. So again, like, everybody should be excited to see the future games in the PlayStation 5. If other studios can implement it in conjunction to their own upscaling solutions, we may be able to get like even 120 frames in high fidelity games. You can imagine that. Like right now we get 120 on like last gen games, and some stuff that's not really graphically demanded. But imagine a world where we get these like fantastic looking games regardless, just because of what they're capable of doing with some of this stuff. I've always said that, there's a good medium to these types of things, and I love the fact that, for me personally, a sweet spot would be like 1440p, 60 frames with ray tracing and all the bells and whistles. I think that would be probably a lot of people's sweet spot. Even if you look at PC, a lot of gamers are doing the 1080p 60 so that they can get higher bells and whistles and get like really high graphical fidelity. And I think that makes a ton of sense, just where I'm coming from with this kind of stuff. So I can link this, of course, and you guys are going to be able to check it out and let me know what you think. But yeah, I thought that this was really a fun situation, and this was, you know what, again, for gaming to kind of move forward, it needs stuff like this, you know, like this kind of technology, and Sony being out there kind of getting this kind of technology. I think that this is obviously what, you know, a lot of us were talking about for a long time when it comes to being able to kind of get this stuff on a console. So yeah, very cool stuff from Sony. And again, this is something that, you know, Microsoft will obviously have too along the way when it comes to, you know, the Xbox Series X and stuff like that. At the same time, I feel like this is a very important, pivotal first move for you know, for everybody involved, you know, this, and then to see the game, which I haven't tried the game out yet myself, but you know, it's just one of those games where, you know, it's heavily reliant on multiplayer and things like that. And whenever you have stuff that's heavily reliant on multiplayer, the better you get in terms of frame rate, of course, the better the game is going to be, the better performance and stuff like that. So you love to see that. As a fan just of gaming and technology in general, I think this is a great move on their part, and I really do hope that we continue to see this kind of stuff you know, come about, because it's very important to be able to get great performance without taking, you know, taking some of the load off of what you know, what the console has to do, what these GPUs and CPUs have to do. And I think that's an intelligent, smart thing, a very good way to be able to kind of do that, and I love that. So they've done a really good job here. You know, I'm going to link this, of course, so you all fine folks can check it out, and obviously let me know what you think. Like, I'm curious because, you know, believe it or not, I was arguing with some people about this, and like months ago, and people were swearing to me that there's no way that, you know, the PlayStation 5 would be allowed to use this stuff, and that the PlayStation 5 wasn't you know, able to do the same things that the Xbox did. It couldn't do machine learning, it couldn't do FSR, it couldn't do this. Like, you know, listen, the PlayStation 5 doesn't have an expanded storage drive yet. That's for certain, but people kind of spreading this misinformation, it really doesn't do anybody good. Even if you're a hardcore Xbox fan, what good does it do to spread misinformation? It's like long time ago, I got accused of like buying subscribers or something like that, or buying views or something. Like, to me, that never made sense, because they're not, if you're buying something, how are they going to watch? Right? Like, that's not going to be a watch. You're just going to pad stats that aren't going to look good because they aren't going to watch. And like, it's the same thing with this. Like, what good does it do to go out there and lie about the PlayStation 5 and its capabilities if at the end of the day it can do something better than that? It's like, there's no net sense in lying about it. Like, people are going to be able to find out for themselves when this stuff comes to fruition. So, you know, it's just interesting the way people kind of have these different kind of ideas, like, oh, hey, let me take this horrible looking screenshot of this PlayStation 5 game. Like, I saw that a ton with Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, where people wouldn't share actual screenshots, but would take a screenshot with a cell phone off their TV and then doctor it and mess with the colors and stuff like that to make it look as bad as possible. Like, get out of here. Like, you know, that doesn't make sense. Anyway, I'm going to link it. You guys check it out. Thanks for watching. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.